Hello, everybody. How's it going? And happy Mother's Day. Start things off straight away. Today is Mother's Day here in the UK, and yeah, it is Mother's Day. What more can I say about that? Because sadly, my mum is no longer with us. However, she is with me in spirit. I do believe that. I believe she's surrounding me and she's with me all the time in here and in here. So, but today is just a day to, well, there's not a day goes by that I don't think about my mum, to be honest. Just because it's one day out the entire year that is dedicated to mums, um, to all things mums, whether it's, you know, a grandparent or grandmother, grandma, however you want to say it. I always said granny when I was a kid. Everyone is either grandma or gran or nan. You know, everyone's different. Everyone has different abbreviations for a grandparent. But, obviously I lost my grandma as well, or my granny. I lost her as well. And so, yeah, both of them are gone, who were very influential on my life, of course. Both my mum and my grandparents were, my actual parents and my grandparents were just as influential with my upbringing and bringing me up and, you know, kind of, that's part of it. My grandparents were very much, very, very a part of my childhood right up to their them passing away. And same with my mum. She was always there. My mum became a housewife. I know a lot of people give a lot of negativity around women that do not go back to work after having a child. I know times have changed, and end of the day, if a woman wants to go down a career, like actually do a career, actually wants to wants to return to work after having a child, then all power to that person, because that is, of course, you can do that now. But obviously back in those days, you could as well. But it obviously back when my parents were young or just about to have a child, times were different. Um, I know this sounds very. I've got to be careful with how I choose my words with this, but it was the truth. The man went to work, the man provided. And that was very much the case back in the days when I was first born, because I was born '89. So the old ways of bringing a child into the world was still very much practiced. However, over the years, women that decided not to go back to work after having a child, um, some people saw that as a negative way, saying that, But end of the day, bringing up a child is probably one of the hardest jobs you could ever do. Um, there's there's just there's plenty of handbooks. There's plenty of things and resources that you could look up and stuff about it all, but no book and no piece of text or what have you can ever truly prepare you for what it's going to be like to bring a child into the world. I mean, sadly, I have never been fortunate enough to meet someone and have a child of my own. So until that day comes, I will never truly understand what it's truly like. but but yeah, so I'm just chilling out today. It's not been a too bad of a weekend. Um, I wasn't working Friday. I don't know if I've mentioned this. Obviously, I've been a bit quiet on my YouTubes recently, but I've had to work 2 Fridays on the bounce, give or take on the bounce at work. I don't know what the reason is, but I've had to work a couple Fridays, and usually I never work Fridays because Fridays at my place are designated as overtime and optional. But for some reason, we've had to work a couple Fridays. Um, yes, it's a little extra money for me, but at the same time, I don't really want to work the Fridays if I can help it. But yeah, this weekend, or this Friday, or Friday just gone, I wasn't working. So I was off all 3 week. I've had my 3-day weekend off again. So Friday, I decided to go into town. I went to go and see Scream 7 at the cinema. So I went to see Scream 7. I quite enjoyed it. Literally, there was just me and two other people in the entire screening, but I will say I did go to a relatively early screening. It was about 4:30 in the afternoon on a Friday. So most people would probably still be making their way home from work on a Friday afternoon. So it's probably the reason why it was so quiet. But a lot of people, if they go to cinema during the week, it's usually any time after 5 or 6, isn't it? Usually, when they get home from work, have the teas, and then go out to the cinema. But yeah, I went to go and see Scream 7, and quite enjoyed it. I thought it was quite a good film. It wasn't perfect, but it was good. It was probably I preferred Scream 7 over Scream 6 and Scream 4. I thought Scream 7 was much more of a solid Scream film. I thought a lot of the, I thought it was a good film. I quite enjoyed it. So yeah, I went to go and see that on Friday afternoon. I picked up some more PS5 games over this past week as well. So I've added a few more games to the collection of my PS5 game collection. I got Saturday, another game arrived, which is Cyberpunk 2077. So that came yesterday. I apologise, I'm jerking all over the place. I don't know why. But yeah, so I got Cyberpunk 2077 again. I used to have it for the PS4, but for some reason they never released the full game for the PS4. They never released the DLC Phantom Liberty for the PS4 because they apparently Sony said that, or the developers of the games, or somebody said the hardware and the graphics wouldn't be able to deal with the DLC as well as the base game, or the main game itself. So the DLC was never released for the PS4. So after finally securing and getting myself a PS5 after so long, the Cyberpunk 2077 was a game I wanted to get again, so that I could actually play the full thing as well as the DLC campaign as well. So at some point, I'm going to be firing that up, installing it, and giving that a play again. Also got another 2 games. So I went into town. This was last weekend. So I went into town last weekend, and I picked up 2 more games from CEX. I managed to get Ghost of Tsushima. Is it called Ghost of Tsushima? Something like that. Based in like Edo period Japan, samurai period, and I've wanted to get that game ever since it first came out, and I've always wanted to play it because I'm fascinated with anything Japanese history, anything that's based in like Japanese folklore, anything like that. I really love and interested in it. So I managed to pick that up last weekend for the PS5, and I also got myself a Sonic game as well. I can't remember the name of it, but I got myself a Sonic the Hedgehog game as well, one of the most recent games. So yeah, so I got myself a few more PS5 games that I will at some point eventually start, actually play. I haven't actually been on my PS5 for a while, to be honest. I will be honest, I haven't actually played any game for a fair few weeks. I've just either been busy with work. I'm working the odd Fridays over the last few weeks as well. So I've not really had as much downtime to really sit back and play some video games. So, but yeah, I am just going to chill out today. Obviously, as I just said at the beginning, it's Mother's Day today. So I'm just kind of just sitting to myself, relaxing, thinking about my mum and my grandma, or my granny, and yeah, I mean that's the plan really. But yeah, that's the plan. Just chill out and probably watch a bit of TV. Maybe might watch a film or something. I don't know. We'll see how we go. But yeah, also when we're approaching TFN, very very quickly approaching TFN Manchester. That is literally in just under 2 weeks. It would have been 2 weeks on Friday just gone of me travelling down. So yeah, so basically 2 weeks on Friday just gone will be TFN Manchester. So that's coming up very quickly. So I will be going along to that. I'll be travelling down on the Friday. Basically a week on Friday, I'll be travelling down to Manchester, or travelling to Manchester, should I say? And coming home the Sunday as well afterwards. I've managed to get 2 days holiday off as well, so I've taken the Monday and Tuesday off of the week after. So after TFN Manchester, so I've taken the Monday and Tuesday off just to give myself a little bit of a break, because me getting home on the Sunday is going to be quite late, or potentially could be quite late, because I didn't have many options on the National Express coach in order to get home earlier. The earlier time on the Sunday had sold out by the time I got round to booking my coach. So I had no choice but to get the one after the service after that one. So yeah, unfortunately, Sunday's going to be quite a long day of me literally just hanging about for a fair few hours in Manchester, and then I'll eventually getting home. But I am contemplating if it get so that I'm not hanging about too much. I might just cut my losses, because the coach doesn't cost very much at all, really. I might just end up getting myself get myself a single ticket and get the train home, because obviously Manchester Piccadilly is pretty close by, so I can always just nip and get myself a train ticket home, a train home, instead of waiting around for the coach. I don't know, but we'll see how we go. But yeah, that is that. So that's coming up very very quickly. That should hopefully be a nice little weekend, 2 day thing. The Friday, get in there Friday, chill out with people that are there, and then the main day is the Saturday for TFN Manchester, and then come home the Sunday. So it'd be nice, little extra long weekend for me. So that's coming up very very shortly. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. And like I say, I have been very, very quiet on my YouTubes. I've been feeling a little bit burnt out over the past couple of weeks or so. But I am going to come back and make videos eventually properly. I haven't made any reviews or anything, or I've uploaded a couple of videos on my main channel, but they've not been toy reviews or anything like that. They've just been regular, like, discussions talking about certain things. But yeah, there we go. I've just been feeling really burnt out with making videos recently, so of all description, whether it's a vlog or anything. But I just thought, on the occasion of it being Mother's Day, I thought, sod it, I'll make a vlog today. But there we go. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and celebrating with your family and that, if you are, or those that are remembering loved ones on this day as well. But thank you. Take care. Bye bye.